In this video, I'm going to teach you why running is essential to be a great javelin thrower.
Do you want to take your training to the next level? Download the Jacked Javelin mobile app, where you have access to dozens of free resources that cover topics such as nutrition, arm care, mobility, plyometrics, and most importantly, javelin technique. We also have our free community, which connects thousands of throwers from all around the world to communicate and help each other out. You will also have the option to purchase one of our training programs written directly by me with video demonstrations of each exercise telling you exactly how many sets and reps to do, as well as the option to track your metrics so you can keep track of your progress. See you on the inside.
So running helps your approach in a lot of different ways. It helps you not only build speed and maintain speed, but it also helps you become more elastic and bouncy through the approach and crossovers, as well as staying super relaxed. So what type of running should you be doing as a javelin thrower? Well, what we want to do is we want to start with a very wide base and allow ourselves to work on building our endurance and building the elasticity and the bounce in the balls of our feet. So we're gonna be starting with some barefoot jogging just around the turf field here. What that does is it allows you to stay on the balls of your feet the entire time, strengthen the arches of your feet, strengthen your Achilles tendon, and strengthen your calves. That is going to help you translate to being very elastic and bouncy down the runway. After you build the base with some barefoot jogging, we are going to progress ourselves into some sprinting. Before we get into sprinting, we are going to want to start with some drills that will help us establish a good rhythm in our sprinting, working on the push phase and the pull phase. We are going to be starting with an A skip to work on the push phase and a B skip to work on the pull phase. After you dial in your ability to do barefoot jogging and some sprinting drills like A skips and B skips, we want to work on our bounding. Bounding is going to be bridging the gap between running and jumping. So essentially, whenever you see a high jumper kind of getting into his rhythm and flow before he takes off, or a triple jumper getting ready to get into his final phase of the triple jump, that is what bounding is, essentially just that halfway point between sprinting and jumping. So you're not sprinting full speed, but you're not jumping at max distance or max height. You are just simply staying on the balls of your feet, getting your knees up, and when you hit the ground, I like to think about popping and floating up to the other side. So my three favorite bounds are forward bounds, 45-degree bounds, and straight leg bounds. Once you start to perfect those drills like the bounds and the A skips and barefoot running, we are going to start with some really relaxed long distance sprints, okay? So before we work on that power output of having that fast 20 to 40 yard dash, we are going to work on slowly building up speed. So we like to start with a 200-meter sprint. You're starting in the upright position, being super relaxed as you go around the curve. And then once you hit the straightaway, you're gonna try to find your stride and be really nice and tall and work on that pull phase and finishing at a higher percentage of a sprint. So we're just slowly building and staying super relaxed. So now we're kind of finding this halfway point between the barefoot jog and an actual sprint. So we're gonna go a little bit more intense than a barefoot jog, but not quite as intense as a 40-yard dash. Once we do about a month of training at 200 meters, we are going to shorten it down to 100 meters. And now we are going to do the same thing, but instead of spending 100 meters super relaxed and then 100 meters trying to build speed, now we're starting off super relaxed and we're trying to get into that faster speed a little bit quicker and finish almost at top speed. Then after about another month of that, we are going to shorten it even more to 60-meter dashes, starting out of a 3-point stance, accelerating out of the front, and then finishing fast. So we're going fast the entire time now. So you notice that the progression is going to be quicker each and every sprint that we do, because the time from the relaxed start to the fast finish is getting more narrow each month of training. Once we dial in the 60-meter buildups, now we are going to be working on our starts and flies. So what that means, now we're gonna be doing 20-yard, 40-yard dashes and 10-yard build up into a 10-yard fly, or a 10-yard build up into a 20-yard fly. Stuff now we're working on our max velocity and maximum power output. So what that does is we're going to work on straight acceleration and sprinting as fast as we can the entire time. But what we want to do is now we're going to be working on our start. We want to make sure that we are still having that same relaxation as we did in the 100, in the 200, in the 60-meter buildup, so that we stay super, super relaxed. Because how this translates, when we go to throw in the javelin, we are going to have that ability of going really, really fast down the runway, but staying super, super relaxed. Because we need to be able to have that passive throwing side and stay relaxed to allow that energy to transfer through our body via the kinetic chain. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something, and be sure to check out our video where we go over why jumping is necessary to be a great javelin thrower.